Most guys will never realize this. Your face is already communicating before you open your mouth. Before you say a single word, people have decided how confident you are, how attractive you are, how much respect you deserve. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not genetics making that decision. It's accumulated neglect, bad sleep, constant stress, processed food. Screens until 2 a.m., dead eyes, rounded shoulders. That permanent drained look most guys have convinced themselves is just how they are. It's not how you are. It's what you've been doing quietly every single day. Some guys walk into a room and people notice immediately. Others disappear into the background. Same age, same city, same opportunities, completely different energy. Most guys assume that difference is out of their control. It's not. This is a 28-day reset. 4 phases. Each one fixes a different layer of the problem. And if you follow this properly, not perfectly but seriously, the way people respond to you will genuinely change. Not because you became a different person, because you finally stopped working against yourself. Let's start. Phase 1. Reset the system. Days 1 to 7. This is where most guys realize they've been running on empty for years. Most men think confidence is mental, but before it becomes psychological, it becomes physical. Biology comes first. Phase 2. Fix the face and presence. Days 8 to 16. This is where the transformation becomes visible. Around this point, something shifts. You stop looking off. When your energy is broken, everything else starts collapsing with it. Your posture weakens, eye contact disappears, your face looks tired before you even speak. Even discipline starts feeling performative because there's no real energy underneath it, holding everything together. Modern male burnout is everywhere now, and most people don't even realize they're living inside it. Screens until 2 a.m., dopamine overload every hour, processed food, constant stimulation, endless scrolling, zero real recovery. Most guys are not lazy. They're overstimulated, exhausted, mentally scattered, and physically drained at the same time. And eventually the body keeps score. It always shows up somewhere first, usually on the face. That's why phase 1 is never motivation. It's recovery. Sleep becomes the foundation. Not some productivity trick, not a life hack. Actual biological repair. Research consistently shows testosterone production, skin recovery, cortisol regulation, and nervous system repair all happen during deep sleep. Not in the gym, not while working harder. During sleep. Most men are sleeping 4 to 6 hours and wondering why they already look 10 years older than they should. The next phase is where most guys make their biggest mistake. May not know exactly what changed, but they react differently. You look cleaner, more awake, more intentional. And most men never realize how much attraction comes from simply looking healthy and put together. First, skin. Skincare is not feminine. Looking exhausted is not masculine. Clear skin changes first impressions immediately. More attractive, more disciplined, more trustworthy. Most people decide how they feel about your appearance within seconds, before you even speak. And the craziest part? It does not require some complicated routine. Cleanser, moisturizer, sunscreen. Used consistently. Less sugar, less alcohol. More water. Your face starts looking awake again instead of constantly inflamed and swollen. Then hair reframes everything. A clean haircut instantly sharpens your face. Same with facial hair. Groomed looks intentional. Neglect never does. And posture changes the room completely. Straight shoulders, calm eye contact. Presence. Most glow-ups are just removing visible neglect. Wait until you see what phase 3 does to your social life. Phase 3. Presence and perception. Days 17 to 22. This is where strangers start noticing before you say a word. Here's something most guys completely ignore. Online perception matters now. Your photos shape dating opportunities, social status, first impressions. Even how confident people assume you are before meeting you in person. And most guys are sabotaging themselves without realizing it. Bad angles, flat lighting, forced poses, dead energy in every frame. You learn to give presentations now. You start understanding your angles. Natural light sharpens your face instead of flattening it. Most men are not unphotogenic. They have just never seen themselves under good lighting, and you stop forcing poses. The best photos happen naturally. Walking, laughing, adjusting your jacket, mid-conversation. The goal stops being perfect and starts becoming a presence. Same with clothing. You do not need expensive brands. Fit matters more than price. Clean, simple, intentional. Because people rarely remember the outfit itself. They remember the energy behind it. And by this stage, your energy genuinely changes. You move calmer, hold eye contact longer, speak without rushing. That discomfort in your own body slowly disappears. That is when people start reacting differently. Most men chase appearance. The ones who truly change start moving differently first. The final phase is the one nobody talks about. Phase 4. The identity shift days 23 to 28. This is where the real transformation happens. And it stops being about your appearance. There's a psychological concept called the fresh start effect. Research shows people are significantly more likely to change behavior after temporal landmarks. New months, new chapters, clear beginnings. That's why these 28 days aren't just a routine, they're a psychological interruption. You're separating from the old version deliberately, and somewhere during this process, around day 20 or 21 for most guys, the biggest shift stops being physical. It becomes self-respect. You start keeping promises to yourself. Small wins stack into standards. Standards compound into identity, and discipline starts feeling less like effort and more like just who you are now. People react differently too. More respect, better conversations, more attraction, more presence in every room you enter. But the strangest part is you stop needing validation as much, because for the first time in a long time, you actually feel proud of yourself. Not because you became perfect, because you followed through. Quietly, consistently, without quitting on yourself halfway. Most guys will watch this video, feel motivated for 20 minutes, and go straight back to scrolling until 2 a.m., and nothing will change. But some guys will start tonight, and 28 days from now, they won't recognize the person looking back at them in the mirror. Not because of some dramatic transformation, but because that person finally has standards. Your face reflects your habits long before genetics does. Every late night compound, every clean choice compounds. Every session, every meal, every morning you choose discipline instead of distraction. It all shows up. Now you know exactly what to do. What you do with it is on you. Take the 4 phases seriously, all of them. In order: sleep, train, fix the face, own the presence, let the identity follow. Now you know. 28 days. What you do with it is on you.